Boom! We're live. So, of course, this is Twilight 2004th edition. Dan's got his gun hand ready. We are in the midst of a campaign with Ron and Dan. And just an update for everybody. Dan, real quick, explain the Sweet Duke.
Well, I'm an Italian sniper instructor from the 8th unit in Caserta, Italy, and I'm just a great shot. Get out of my way.
Perfect. Now, Ron, do the same thing for Dradus.
I'm Dan's right-hand man, character named Dradus. I'm an avionics expert, electronics, also heavy weapons. So
Perfect. And carrying a thumper and an M240 Bravo, baby.
I got a little bit wounded last episode.
You did. I think it. I need to look at my book. It was it left arm? I think left forearm.
Yeah, left arm. Yeah.
Didn't he take care of himself?
He did a little field bandaging. We'll deal with that. So let me catch up where we are. So let me wrap up a little bit. Episode 4. Just for the folks watching, also, we've had about a 3-week break with Christmas and New Year's and just life events. The way the show works is family's always first. So if somebody had a family thing, that'll stop us from filming. Work comes in. If somebody has a work thing or a deadline, that can stop us. And then so we've had a 3-week break. But here's where we were, and I'll just kind of summarize. Dan, or I should say the Duke and Dradus had left a very friendly village where it looked like they were even trying to woo them to maybe stay and help out. It's kind of like a gathering of buildings, and they kind of sell things, food, and they can even do minor repairs. They left that location. Dradus in particular is very concerned because there's rumors that a lot of Russian troops are coming into the area. You've even seen some, had a little scrub run in that you guys came out way on top. Go check out episode 3, I think, where the Dan hits the bullseye and Dradus ended up rocking and rolling on a 14.5-inch Russian gun on a technical. But they leave there. Dradus in particular is very concerned that it would be easy to be sold out. The Russians are all coming in because there's been a bounty put out on a downed chopper pilot that our pair here actually ran into right at the very beginning of our missions. Go back and watch that if you want to see how that went down. That was Captain Owens. He's being hunted for. There's a bounty out for him, although a lot of the folks, the Poles in the area, we are on Poland, there's some confusion. They know Ron is, or Dradus is an American, so you know, they just know the Russians are hunting an American. Yeah. So all Americans, can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yep. Good. All Americans are kind of suspicious right now. The duo leave. They go back to, they've got a pretty nice little hideout, camo netting, whatever. They get in a good night's rest. It's morning. And they get the ability, they hear a diesel BTR 60 Russian armored personnel carrier, which you'll see covered in the thumbnail. It's rolling through their general area with some dismounted troops. There's a driver with his head out. These two guys spot them early. It's decisions made. We can't get away. And the Sweet Duke puts a sniper shot, on the driver, dumps him. The BTR kind of goes off into some trees. Dradus puts his M79 thumper to work, wounds or kills 6 with his first grenade. Those guys were clumped a little bit too much. Gunfire ensues. The Sweet Duke's picking off targets of opportunity. A little slow when he's doing that. The way in the rules, he's got to do a slow action and aim, and then the next round he takes his shot. But in the midst of this, Dradus, who's Ron, ends up getting wounded on his left arm. But there was a truck that was following the Russian APC that hauled butt, got out of the area. So where we're at is Ron has put a simple bandage on his arm. He was wounded. It's just those two. Your truck actually got lit up. So where we're at, they saw your truck, and then you guys reversed ambushed them. So where we're at is you've got a bunch of Russian troops down in this field where you engage them. You've got an APC that's still idling and has bumped up next to a tree. The driver took the first round of the nugget from the Sweet Duke, which, by the way, his moral code is truth is your aim. Is that right?
My aim is truth.
My aim is truth. I got it reversed back. See, of course. Sorry. So it sure was there. So the scene opens up. Dradus is got a wound that's been temporarily bandaged. And you've got troops in front of you in mixed states of either dead or wounded. You've got an APC that's idling next to a tree. And you've got your vehicle, which got lit up a few times. So I don't even know if it's working. What do you guys want to do? There is no initiative deal. Everybody else is down. What do you want to do?
Dradus, I guess we got to go check these guys, man.
That's right. I think so. Plus, we got to search the vehicle.
Yeah, and be careful. Are you feeling okay?
You betcha.
Okay, so this is what I think. You let me know. We got to get the guy who's in command, if he's still alive, and we keep him alive. Because we got to get some info.
Sounds good.
So I say we go and check it out. You take the left flank, I take the right flank. We check out who's dead, who's alive.
Okay.
You think that's a good idea?
Split the duty, yeah.
Yeah, okay, man.
All right, so
lock and load.
Who's moving first and where are you going?
I'm going to move first because Dradus got hit.
Okay.
And I'm going right. Okay, and are you carrying your, I know you're armed with your sidearm, but I would imagine you got your rifle in carry position too? Yes, I got my rifle in carry position.
All right, now just a reminder in this game, if you can take out wounded people or mercy kill them or whatever, but if you do, you will take a stress hit to yourself unless you're considered it's a specialty of killing, I think, which means it doesn't bother you. Neither of you have that specialty, so keep that in mind. So Dan, you move out. So you're moving out towards the guys in the field or the APC?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll move towards the APC, Dradus, because you got hurt.
All right.
And you know what? I'm packing my gun in the back and I'm pulling out my 9mm.
Got it. So you're just kind of slinging the rifle and moving up with your 9. Got it. All right. So you move up. You can clearly see the driver. You got him right in the nugget. As you get closer to that APC or the BTR 60, you can see. Matter of fact, it even shows in our thumbnail. It's taken some rounds. This is not a pristine vehicle. Looking at it, you're not even sure that it's got a little turret with a heavier machine gun in it. It's got looks like a pretty heavy round went through it at some point in time, and there's rusting around the edges. So although this vehicle is still running, it definitely looks like it's at least been shot up in the past several times.
So you're telling me the gun doesn't work?
It looks like, there's some damage to that turret with a pretty good slug. I don't know if it's a 20 mil or 50 that hit it, but it's definitely got bullet holes in it. Obviously it runs, but this is not a pristine vehicle. It's actually been shot up. Maybe they recovered it themselves.
All right.
Does this vehicle run on gasoline or diesel?
I think we could go with that. They've almost all been converted over to alcohol at this point in time.
Because we want to siphon the gas tank.
Okay, so there's an option. You could always, I don't know if you're quite to that point yet, but obviously if you wanted to, you could start siphoning the tank now. So you have not mounted the vehicle. If you want to go inside, of course, that's an option. But I would say about this time, I need to know what Dradus is doing as well.
I'm searching the bodies and looking for people playing possum. Making sure there's no weapons within arm's reach of anybody on the ground.
All right. Well, you've definitely got survivors over there. You've got them. You got some that are flat out DRT, dead right there. You got other ones that are, they could be bleeding out or dead. You can't tell, but you've also got some rolling around on the ground. You got one guy kind of slow crawling away from your general direction. He's clearly wounded in the back. So you've got some seriously wounded there. So what you said is you're kind of making sure that there's no rifles within reach of these people.
Yeah, weapons.
All right, so you're pulling weapons away that you can see. I don't think your character, if I remember right, speaks any Russian or anything.
No.
Got it. Okay, so you're doing that. I will probably do a check on that. You got enough wounded over there. It's hard to keep an eye on all of them at the same time. I've been playing around with a solo mode, and I want to use regular cards because the special encounter cards don't show red and black. Red is good. It's a boon or it's positive. Black is generally negative. So we're going to see as you're checking these guys, or what's the random context of this. And it is a black.
Scheiße.
That's all right. Doesn't necessarily mean you're being shot up, but you definitely kind of realize you've probably got, I think there's at least 4 of these guys that are in a wounded state, but conscious.
Dradus,
So
what do you want to do, man? What do you want to do?
Find out who's the highest ranking guy here.
I don't know. I don't know Russian markings too well. I guess the question is, you don't speak Russian.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, if I remember right, you could pick up some stripes. So, and I don't honestly know what the officers look like either. I would imagine
we're not going to be able to interrogate them.
Yeah.
We
None
don't
of them
speak
speak English, eh?
Yeah.
well, you could try. I mean, I guess you haven't tried any English.
You try it, Dradus.
Okay, I try English on all of them.
All right. So what are you saying?
Do you speak English?
Okay. Huh. Actually pulled the Joker. So we're going to say that, yeah. Joker means I get to just kind of come up with whatever.
Go ahead.
Dude rolls over onto his butt, who is crawling away from you. He's heavily accented Russian and says, "Da."
That's a yeah in Rusky.
I wasn't going to explain it. I'm just letting it sit there. He says, "Da."
That's a yeah in Rusky. I know.
So let me pop back real quick. So you're dealing with that, Dradus. You've got a response to your English inquiry in Russian, a da. We're back to the Sweet Duke. Are you crawling up on this BTR? Are you going inside, or what?
Well,
what are you doing?
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go inside, see if there are any survivors, any more personnel in there. Once and if there are or are not any personnels, I get up on top and I'm gonna spot Dradus. Just check keep him safe. If anybody pulls out a gun, whatever, pop him.
All right. Well, let's do this one bit at a time. So you're going to end up doing a recon roll, but give me a little idea how you're going to do this checking the vehicle, because I can think of a couple ways it could be done, which might modify your die roll.
Okay, what I'm doing is I'm crouched down, I'm just going to peep up and check up a window spontaneously. So the guy saw me go down if there's somebody, and I'm just going to pop up in the back or see what's going on, Then I'm going to open the back doors.
All right. Yeah, I think there's loading doors in the back, and then you've got the hatch that is open where you've got the deceased driver still seated in there that you could see.
I don't have any grenades, eh?
Let me see. I'd have to check your sheet. You may have had some, but hold on.
No.
Yeah, I don't see any general grenades.
Okay,
but
so I have my 9mm ready then. When I open the back, I'm pointing that 9 right there, and it's locked and loaded, man.
Got it. All right, and that would be your better weapon to clear the vehicle. So
straight.
As you get it open, it definitely looks. It's empty. You can see the crew compartment has no troops in it. The machine looks fairly used, run down. I mean, obviously it's still idling. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know how these access points worked on this vehicle. I'm going to treat it like a general APC where the back doors you can enter in and you can see a driving area. You can see a turret location. You can see there's only one occupant in there, and that's the one that you ventilated. Yep. So now your second part was you were going to get up on top of the vehicle.
I'm getting up on the and the hole, the turret there, and I'm spotting Ferran here. Well, spotting. What's another word using for spotting? I'm just checking it. What?
Overwatch.
I'm Overwatch.
Yeah, Overwatch part of the game. Now this turret is kind of closed on this. If you've seen the thumbnail for it, yeah, it's not like an open gun turret. So if you're going to be perched, you would actually probably have to get out and get up on top of the vehicle if you
That's
want.
what I'm doing.
Okay. So you're up on Overwatch and you're kind of scoping everybody, I'm assuming, with your rifle here.
Absolutely.
Got it. All right, Dradus, we're back to you. You've got a Russian yes to your conversation. You've clearly got some. Well, this is one of 4 wounded people. They're at least in different varying degrees of wound. You've cleared weapons away, at least ones that you can see. I've got to be clear on that. Ones you can see. So their assault rifles and stuff are clear. And you've got the DA to, does anybody speak English?
I want to ask the guy who answered, I want to ask him what his name is.
All right. He says
if he
it's
really
Ivan.
can.
It's Ivan. Yeah, I just went with the standard easy one.
Ask him where's he headed?
Let me see. I don't know. I think he's he says I can't remember all my good Russian. He asked you a question, Amerikanski. I think I'm off of my slang there.
Amerikanski.
All right. So with a question mark. So he's asking you back.
Dradus, you tell him to shut up, and it's you that's answering the questions.
Now, he can't hear you, Sweet Duke. You can't hear this.
Damn
it. You're in Overwatch. This is Dradus's call. What you got, Dradus?
I don't respond to his question. I just keep asking mine. I want to know where he's headed, where he's from, what his unit is.
He basically at this interrogation, he goes into Russian in what sounds like name, rank, and serial number as best as you can tell.
So I just going to abandon it. Just give up the effort. Interrogation's getting us nowhere.
You know, I would have given him the name of my gun, the rank of my bullets, and how many they're in there.
Well, he could lie to us.
He could. And I will, if you've been reading the comments, I will remind everybody, Dan is playing a character. Somebody feels like you are your character, Dan, just so they know you are playing a character.
I ain't saying anything.
Your character is rough. Got it. All right. So you just walk on by now. Tell me what you're doing.
I want to search the bodies for food, MREs, water, ammunition.
Any intel?
All right. So you're doing body searches basically on both the living and the dead.
Both.
Okay.
Take it easy on the cavity searches there, Dradus.
All right, so you're just tossing them. You're finding various Russian cans, what look like they could be food. Are you pocketing those, or are you throwing them on a poncho, or what are you doing?
Mainly I'm looking for a pair of binoculars. Anybody got some binoculars?
Well, there's a good question. Let's go to the binary code here. We'll see. Again, if you get a red, it'll be binos, and no, you don't see any binos going around. So I'm going to be using this more often. So you don't see any binos.
Next thing I'm looking for is night vision goggles.
Yep, you don't see any of those either. So anytime we got a bad, there's nothing. This looks like a pretty ragtag right down to their APC. It's kind of a ragtag unit. There are AKs. They're not, and I mean, they're, AKs shoot even when they're dirty, but their equipment is definitely not top notch. It doesn't look like the cleanest set of gear. You don't see any binos. You don't see any night vision goggles. Their APC, is even kind of like you can't tell if they got shot up in it or if they recovered something that had been knocked out. So I mean, there's definitely plenty of AKs, AKMs laying around, but you know, and you are collecting, I guess, some Russian canned food. I'm sure they got their version of Spam as well.
I think we've gotten. Look, do they have any grenades?
Yeah, there's a few Russian grenades laying around. I think you found 3. You want to pick those 3 grenades up?
I'll pick those up.
Okay. I'm not. I know I've seen a couple just in photos. So, but I'm not sure I know exactly how they work. But we can look into that, or you can check that out. You're a pretty smart cat. So you picked up 3 Russian grenades. You can't quite tell exactly what they are, whether that's smoke or HE or WP or whatever, but you've got 3 Russian grenades of unknown type.
Well, Duke, what should we do next?
Well, are you coming over? Are we checking our vehicle, see if that still works?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah.
Okay, go
It's,
check. I'm still overwatching, man.
You're Overwatch. I'll check our
Got it.
vehicle.
And that's
See-
good. You guys are probably about 50 yards away, but you can communicate, hey, you know, go check our ride.
See if it's operable and the gun still works.
Got it. All right. So we're gonna use cards to both check that as well. We're gonna do
Come
the
on,
binary.
Chief, man.
Hey, it's not up to me. It's just
Well, it's not up to you. Who's holding the cards?
Yeah, but they're shuffled. These are shuffled cards. Relax. We're going to go in here. So first, we're going to be checking. It's not a detailed matter of fact. Well, no, it's just is what it is. I was trying to think of the observation. You're going over and you're spending time to take a look. So how jacked up is the car? And, oh, it's a Joker. Excellent. Wow, it's the second time. There's only 2 of these in there. So you've got holes punched in it. You've got a flat tire that's been shot through. I have no idea. We'd have to check and see. I don't know if you ever checked to see if there was a spare on this thing. The windshield's been riddled, so you got bullet holes in the windshield. And but the gun looks completely serviceable. But yeah, you've got a flat and just general bullet holes in it. But it looks like, matter of fact, upon you checking under the hood, it's still, I mean, you haven't started it up yet, but it still looks drivable.
Do we got a spare?
Check for spare.
All right, you're digging around for a spare. And no, there is no other spare on this vehicle.
So we can't drive this thing.
Well,
Nope. So most of these trucks that would have that spare wrenched up underneath the bed. So you've taken a look and there is no bed. So you've got a 3-wheeled technical at this point in time.
Dradus, you want to take the gun off the truck and we plant it on the APC?
Good move. Just do that. Take the heavy
All right.
weapon machine gun off.
You can definitely take it off and you do some work and you go stow it in the back. The way the BTR mount works, you can't really get your gun worked in there. And it looks like the mount on the BTR is completely non-functional. It's got a big old ragged hole through it. So, but you can definitely put the 14.5 gun in the back area. I mean, you've got a huge area where you could store stuff and the vehicle is running.
All right. I think that's a good thing, Dradus.
All right. So you got to let me know you've got the gun in there. You've got some laid out troops. The wounded Ivan, literally named Ivan, is he's doing his own kind of like general medical stuff. The Sweet Duke's been watching him. I mean, he's digging around, but his pistol range, he'd have to be a hell of a shot if he decided to light you guys up. But looks like he's doing general medical on his buddies.
Dradus, you want to unarm these guys? You want to unarm Ivan?
I think
He's doing medical stuff on his buddies.
We already did it. We disarmed them already.
We disarmed them. Chief, we disarmed them.
Yeah. Well, of what you could see, your AK-47s and stuff. Now, I'm going to do a random event check. There was another vehicle. You guys, it's fine. You've lingered around on the scene here. But I'm going to pull. You guys are technically considered still in camp. This card would only work if you were on a roadway. So no event happens because you were in camp and you were off road. So, but as you stay in a location after a big old gunfight, I had to check and see. All right, so tell me, you've got the big old gun. It looks to me like you're getting ready to just take off with this BTR 60.
I want to siphon the alcohol fuel out of the old vehicle, the technical, put it in this vehicle.
Okay. I can assume that you probably at least got a piece of hose somewhere. So you're gonna basically drive the APC over to where your truck is and just suck gas out, try to get it running and run it into containers or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, because you had a full tank on your technical there, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna that's happening. And,
Yeah. You give it to us as we're doing our job here.
Oh no, you're doing fine. You're doing
Damn
fine.
right we are.
So you're siphoning gas off. The vehicle was running, so I'm going to assume that you basically figured out how to drive it. I believe driving skill. Actually, Dradus, you are the one with the driving skill. Do me a favor. Roll 2 D8s. I want to just see, are you able to manage getting this thing driven around? So 2 D8s. And on the show here, we trust the rolls. Everybody's in for the right reason.
7 and 5. 7 and 5.
7 and 5. Good. So a 6 or above is a success. So you were able to get her figured out, and you've pulled it up. I'm going to assume you got a little piece of hose or something. In this day and age, you probably, everybody knows you can get that gas flowing, spit out that gas, get the hose going into your other tank. I can tell you don't know exactly how much fuel this thing can take, nor are you sure which gauge shows you the fuel in the vehicle. So, and I imagine that this APC has a much bigger tank than your truck. Well, I don't know. You tell me, Sweet Duke. What do you think?
Well, we're going to look at the gauges and see which one moves, for God's sake, man. What's the matter with you?
All right, so you're sitting inside the vehicle. You've pulled the dead guy out.
Yeah.
You're studying the gauges while he's filling.
Yeah. You said the truck was running. It's running, man.
It is running. He even drove it. I'm just trying to figure out. That's good. You've explained how you're figuring out if you're filling it up, and there you go. That's
I don't have to explain logical things.
Well, I got to get you in your place in time. Before you were sitting on top of this beast doing Overwatch. This means you ain't on Overwatch anymore. You're in the vehicle.
Yeah.
Man, this is Sweet Duke, something else. All right, I like it. You figured out the gauge. I have no idea how full these bad boys are. I'm going to give you half a tank.
Half a tank? What a cheap. And you're not even Polish.
It's a big tank.
It's probably a very big tank, much bigger than your truck. Your truck was full, so you can assume that the tank on this BTR was low. However, you've now got it to the halfway point on your damaged, beat up. By the way, it's really beat up.
Is it not bulletproof, but bullet resistant at least, this?
Oh, yeah. The small arms fire basically is
all right.
Good protection. Yeah. You get into doubt when you're putting 50 cal rounds on it, or 20 millimeter cannon.
You can shoot the space shuttle with 50 cal.
Easy. Got it. All right. So you've siphoned off. I don't want to speak for you, but I'm assuming you're going to decamp and pack your stuff up and probably stow it into this APC.
Yep, let's roll.
All right, you're ready to get out of there. So I would say that has taken an entire shift. So you've used one shift, meaning it's put you into noon. Just a reminder of your layout. To the south of you is still that what looked to be a marauder group that did not seem to be too happy. To the west of you is a river that you could not get across. There was no bridge. And to the east of you is the friendly village that you've already made some connections. And to the north of you is
The road.
well, it's the road, but it's where you came from. I'm forgetting the name of the city.
Yeah, but a road goes two ways, Chief. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah, the one road goes right down by the Marauders to your south. You can work back to the east, which is where the Russians are all coming from, but where that friendly village is. You can work back north, and I can't believe I'm forgetting the name of the town. Carice,
Leticia or something. La Senza.
Carice or something. So, no, not the friendly village. So, where are you going? Tell me where you're going.
Dradus, what do you want to do, man? We've been hanging around this area a little bit too long, as far as I'm concerned.
I think we should head toward the Marauders.
Let's get the hell out of here and let's go get some meat.
Okay, so you guys want to drive toward the Marauders at noon.
I think Russians are back on the menu.
Hope they don't think we're Russians.
I don't know.
That means we're gonna get closer.
All right, so your plan is to drive back towards the Marauders that were down at that location, correct?
Yeah, and hold on a second, Dradus, you just said something. Do we strip some of these Russians and dress up as a Russian?
I would say no. If the Marauders hate the Russians, they're not going to hesitate to shoot at us.
All right. Okay, I forgot.
Got it. Now, you've never made contact with these Marauders, but my memory serves, there was 10 of them, and the lead guy had was an angry type fella.
Maybe he'd like to have this vehicle.
Okay, so you're talking about you're willing to go up and do some trading with them if necessary, is what you're saying, right?
Sure.
All right, so you're driving. You've got your head out. The little deal. Where are you at, Duke?
I'm So Dradus is driving, right?
He is.
So I'm just in the back, or I'm beside him.
All
Actually,
right. Yeah.
Hold on a second. I'm in the back, but I'm peeking. So if the Marauders see us, they only see Dradus. All right.
All right. Now, the way these work, let me show you a picture real quick. So you've got an idea of what these BTR 60s look like.
They're ugly.
Oh, yeah. They're kind of slick looking, though. So let me get this pulled up.
Ain't no Italian design, I tell you that much.
So.
But it's kind of cute.
Yeah, it's all wheeled, so it's not tracked. All right. And you can see you've got your turret there that actually I can't tell. I think that's a 14.5 centimeter gun on there now. But you can see what you're looking at is you can be up in hatches, or you can have little armored windows kind of peeled up. So you're just sitting in like a front seat of that bad boy.
Yeah, I guess.
Got it. I'm trying to see. I don't know how you guys get in and out. They got little access doors, but it doesn't really have doors on the back that I thought. So either way.
I'm sure there's doors on the bottom, like a tank, escape hatches and something.
Yeah, you're going to have hatches to get in and out. So I'm good either way. You guys managed to get in. You managed to clear it. Nobody else was in it. So your plan, just so I understand what you're telling me, is you're going to drive right down the street toward what you knew the Marauders were holding a checkpoint.
That's right.
On the highway. And you're rolling right at them.
Right at him.
Not very fast.
Not very fast, though. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're coming up. So you're coming up slow on the checkpoint. And sure enough, you roll up on that general area. You can see they've got debris across the road. It wouldn't be a problem for like a T-72. But it looks like you've got some heavy tree logs, chunks of like Jersey barrier concrete. You've got tires, you've got debris across the road. There is kind of an area that they've designed that comes off the road that's just got some like tree logs that are across that it looks like they got 5 guys out there that could probably pick up and move those, almost like a fence barrier. And your vehicle could plow through those just by the size of your vehicle. I don't think you'd be able to get through the other stuff. Not saying you couldn't try, but You're approaching this. They clearly go into what looks like an alert status as you're rolling up. And you tell me what you're doing. I'd say you're probably, 100 yards away. That vehicle makes quite a lot of noise, and you're slowly rolling toward them. So not aggressively. Tell me what you do.
We stop.
You want to stop?
Okay. So how close? Tell me where you're at. How close are you when you stop? Hailing distance, I assume.
Hailing distance is good.
All right. So in order for them to hear you, we've assessed that there's some type of hatch that you can stick your head out of while still protecting most of your body. Who's going to be the talker here? Because that's going to be my persuasion person.
Hold on. Dradus, you got a better persuasion, I think? I got a D6.
Yeah, let's take a look here. Persuasion is D6. Dradus has no persuasion but 1d12. So you're either rolling 1d12 or Sweet Duke's rolling 2d6s. So that's an interesting decision to make. And you guys had plenty of time to figure this out before you rolled up. So I'll let you figure it out now.
So what if I what do we have to beat?
Well, you got to get at least, you're going to do you're just doing a persuasion that you're a nice guy. You could do an opposed roll, but I don't think we're at that now. So you're going to want a success. A success is a 6. So you can either roll 2 6s if the Duke's doing it, or Dradus can roll 1d12.
Dradus, I think you're the guy.
Okay, here goes. 1d12. I rolled a 10.
Yeah.
Nice. So, I'm picturing friendly success. What does that look like? Dradus, tell me what friendly success looks like.
I stick my arm out and wave to them, and they wave back.
Okay. And then conversation ensues. We've established that you're able to do that. How does this go? What are you doing or asking, or what's going on?
Well, Dradus, tell them we took care of some Ruskies.
Well, first of all, do they speak English?
So you greeted. I would say there is someone in the group that. Well, I don't need to make it up. There is someone. I'm getting black. So, you've got some broken. Hey, you're in Poland, man. You want to try your Italian? I don't know. If they came to my neighborhood, I wouldn't speak Polish.
Well, isn't Dradus talking to them?
He is. But that's what I'm saying. So they're not fully understanding what you're saying, but there is a positive vibe that you are speaking English. That is what I will go with your success. So you can see the group relaxes a little bit, but this is a violent marauder group. We established that last time. So you had success. Nobody on site is fully understanding what you're saying, but you can hear that they are mentioning American. Now I'm not sure how well that goes for you, but
right.
You've had success. Your persuasion is good. This has not turned into an immediate firefight. Matter of fact, I'll even say there's one of the guys in the group kind of runs off and looks like he's going to get somebody. You do not see that marauder leader that was there when you kind of saw the situation earlier a few days ago. And are you just going to sit there for a bit? What do you want to do?
What I do is I get out and I beckon to somebody to come down to us.
Huh. Okay. So you actually get out of the vehicle, you're standing next to it, and you're kind of just waving them to come to you. Got it. All right. And one of the guys, he's got an AK-47 slung, so he's not up on you. The other guys are definitely still looking pretty alert, though. These aren't, they're not just asleep at the wheel. The guy comes up. He's standing on the opposite side of kind of that log barrier, so he's not over on your side there. But he gives you a. Let me see if I got a greeting here. Kalish was the name of the town. I should have known. I don't even have a hi in Polish. Let me ask. Hey, Siri, how do you say hi in Polish?
I can't translate into Polish yet.
You can't translate into Polish yet.
But I know how to say it. It's Dubrovni or something like that.
Is that Russian?
No, it's Polish.
Okay, we'll go with Dubrovni. Something close enough. I'll figure it out later.
All right.
You're good. You're good. He greets you in the Polish kind of, again, I'm not saying he's super friendly, but he's got it slung down, and he greets you in what you recognize as a, kind of like a what's up or hello.
I invite him over to inspect the vehicle.
So you're just waving him over?
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. Look at that. Yeah. So, binary. Yeah. He's like, he kind of ducks underneath that one tree that's across there. He comes over and he's kind of noticing that there's all this battle damage on it. There's old damage that's rusted. You guys didn't put any new damage on it because it was one shot, one kill from the Sweet Duke. But he goes into a whole sentence of Polish, kind of pointing out different things on the vehicle and kind of like hitting on it a little bit.
I invite him to get up in the driver's seat.
All right. He will not climb up on the vehicle. He's like, nah. And about this time, you see the Marauder leader that you recognize from before, and he walks up to you in with some broken, fairly okay, but heavily accented, not perfect English, and says basically, what are you doing and where are you headed? So this would be an opposed roll. You're going to roll for your persuasion. I guess first, tell me what you're going to try to persuade. He will be rolling as well because he wants, at the very least, he wants some payment for basically his toll road. That will be the very least. What are you looking for?
What do you think, Duke?
May I say we just go? We're asking for a way in. Like we just want to cross the barrier and travel on, man.
Got it. So we'll see how well this persuasion goes, but he's basically, as you're talking, it's clear you just want to get through. It's clear he wants some kind of payment. His will be, you know what? I want to see what it would be like. We're going to do, we'll do him as two D6s on persuasion side, and then Dradus, you've got a D12. Let me do his first. And he did not get any successes. He got a 4 and a 5. But you guys are chatting. Why don't you roll your D12, see if you come out on top of this?
I rolled a 3.
You can push that if you wish.
Push it.
Okay. I rolled a 2.
Oh, Sangla Maron!
So here's what I picture. I think you, out of your pockets, you tried to offer him some Russian canned food, and he's kind of pissed at that. And he knocks that out of your hand and says, the way.
Hey, tell him not to get too lippy, that Polish guy.
Yeah, it means bad.
Yeah, bad.
How about we offer him the machine gun?
Yeah, the broken one. Let's give him the broken one.
Well, you've got the one that's mounted in the deal. You'd have to unmount that, and then you've got the good one laying in the back. So which one? I heard broken and offer machine gun.
Yeah. What do you say, Dre? Since this guy's being a hard ass, let's play hard ass ourselves.
Well, you tried to give him Russian food, sniper.
See if he'll take the broken one.
Okay. All right. So you kind of point at the the gun sticking out of the turret that's jacked up, and we're just gonna flip a card. We'll see if he takes it or not. You want red.
Come on, Chief.
he's like kaputz. That's junk. That is junk. So you've offered him some crappy Russian food, and now you're offering him what apparently he's able to tell is a junk gun.
Offer him the other one.
Wait, whoa.
Now, are you popping your head up here, Sweet Duke, or no? Are you in this or not? You can be right now. I know it's just Dradus. Are you popping your head up out of the vehicle and saying, "Come on"? What are you doing? You can't talk to him right now. What are you doing? Tell me what you're doing.
No, he's doing fine so far. He's still alive.
So you're just chiming in from the peanut gallery.
Yeah. So let's offer him a case of bullets or something.
The Duke doesn't want to lose that 14.5-inch gun, baby. I don't even know how much ammo you got on that deal. I would assume you got some. So I don't know. Though. It's Dradus's call, man. Unless you want to
call it whatever you want to do. Do it.
I can't think of anything else he'd want.
Yeah, okay, give him the bloody gun.
Offer him the gun.
All right. I picture you going in, and however the heck we're getting in and out of this deal, you pull out what's clearly a functional 14.5. I don't know if they call it a centimeter gun or whatever it is, but the Russian 50 version. And he says, "Tak."
Okay. So tak in Swedish means you're welcome. So it's only going to be something good in Polakia.
Yeah, I've got it as yes. It sounds like talk, but it's TAK. So I believe it's talk, and a lot of head nodding, talk. And so he calls one of his little buddy over there that was standing there chatting with you. He picks that up. It's quite a weight, and boom, off he goes with it. And a couple other guys start sliding those trees out of the way. So
good job, Dradus. Good job.
Is there he's kind of asking you what else you need, what else
What do we need, Duke?
Dradus, what do we have that we can exchange, man?
He didn't like any of our stuff so far except the gun.
Or what do you want, or do you want anything? I don't know.
I'd like to have some binoculars.
Does he have night vision goggles like Dradus asked for?
Okay. Now that's a good question. So you said you would like to have some binoculars, but you also, what do you want? Binoculars or night vision?
Well, Dradus, it's your call, man.
Binoculars first.
All right. You say you want some binos. Let me see. Does he even have any binos? Yes, he does. All right. What are you willing to trade for some binos?
His life. He's alive.
Let's trade those Russian hand grenades I picked up.
Okay.
Okay, you're okay. Good. Okay.
So you pull out of your pockets these 3 Russian hand grenades, and you get talk.
Okay, he gets 3 for that. Is that right?
Well, yeah. He feels like he's getting a steal for these. But you haven't seen these yet, so I assume you're holding out. I want to see how good. Here comes a guy running up with some binos. So on this one, we're going to look and see. Not the color. It's going to be, is it a low number or a high number? So, these are very nice binos that are coming out here. So he hands you a very nice set. It's got a case to it. Looks like there's a strap. You take a look. None of the glass is broken.
Does it have night vision capability?
It does not. These are just straight up binoculars, but they look like they're German-made binoculars. You know what that means?
I like that.
That means they're good.
What else do we got, Dradus? I'd like a suppressor, man.
You already got a suppressor for your rifle. You got a suppressor.
You sure about that?
Yes, you used it, man. That thing's awesome. You even got a night vision deal on your scope, if I remember right.
Okay, so we're good, Dradus. We're good. Let's get the hell out of here.
Let's move.
All right, this guy likes you though. This guy likes you and says, basically, he's kind of references, hey, if you ever get some other Ruski stuff or whatever, he's willing to trade. So you've made a good, you made a good trading partner.
Doc.
Doc, hey, do me a favor. Look up one of you look up a good Polish male name, and that's what this guy will be.
A good Polish male name.
Yes.
Lech Walesa.
Lech.
Whoa. Lech.
L-E-K.
L-E-K. Lech is the Polish Marauder leader. We'll just call him Bino Man. All right. You've made a friend here. If you're ever curious, you're doing pretty good. You're making friends with the Poles wherever you go. He liked the fact that you apparently took some Russian stuff. Talk. All right, let's see. We're at minute 50. I think that's pretty good. I think that's a good spot to stop right there. That's pretty interesting. You sail through that checkpoint. Yeah, I like that. And so you're now south of that road. I do believe that there's a bridge that you're able to go. What they're really guarding is a little bit further to the west. There's a bridge, and let's put you over that bridge. That's why they're holding their checkpoint where they are, because they know they've got a valuable piece of real estate there, and you just helped them out with them getting a heavy weapon. So you're able to get across the river. I'm going to take a look at where that basically would put you real quick. If I can get the map right, just like when I was in the Army.
We did good, Dradus. We did good.
Yep. Oh yeah, this is perfect. So you're on the west side of the river. If you continue to go west, you will run into a little town called Kepno. So there's a little town called Kepno, but you could always break north. There's actually Kepno is a road hub that allows you to take two roads south. You can continue west, or you could break back north, or you can also work south toward what looks to be a very big wooded area, but it would take a while to get there. So that'll be for next time. You've gotten through a choke point. You've gotten on the other side of the river. That is nice. Is there any other? I know one thing I've been wanting to do, because I had to do this with my other game. So the questions that come up is that, were you true to your moral code? All right. In war, there's no moral or immoral orders, only legal and illegal. And I would say, Dradus, I think you stayed. I mean, it's not like you broke anything or you stayed legal. Would you agree that you followed your moral code?
Yes, sir.
We're going to give you a +1. And I definitely think that the Sweet Duke with his aim is truth.
Yeah, damn right.
You got a +1 as well.
No, a +1 to what?
What happens is you will gain, and I should have been doing this as we've done it. There's an experience gaining ability after each session that we will go through. Matter of fact, let me pull it up. We'll do this while we're still on here. Because where is it? The experience, I want to say page 40. Boom! Look at that memory, baby. 40. Page 40. There's a little rundown here. So, did you participate in the game session? You each get +1 for that. Sometimes if you have a bigger group, somebody's just kind of sitting back. That's fine, though. Sometimes that's the way it is. Did you follow your moral code? Yep, we just established both of you did. Did you risk or sacrifice something significant to realize your big dream? Well, your big dream is getting back home. I'd say you guys risked and you've continued moving, and your dream is to help. So you both get a +1 for that. And I'll explain these here in a second. Did you travel through at least one hex on the travel map that you had not visited before? Yes, you just made it through an area that before you were nervous about, but you approached. Did you overcome one or more dangerous events using violent or nonviolent means? Definitely. You did both, actually. You both engaged the Ruskies, and you talked your way through a checkpoint. did you risk your life for the PC who is your buddy? I think you both did that as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You like that? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you each got 6. We're going to include that last session in there as well. Now, what'll happen is anytime when you're on a rest cycle, a shift, and you actually spend a shift and rest, what you can do is you can level up different sections. Now, the easy one or the hard one is you can save these up, and you could get a basic skill of like a D in something, and that would cost 5 experience. Well, you both just got 6. But to give you an example, if you were already a D, so let's just say here, Dradus, your medical stuff is a D. Let's say you trained or you practiced a little bit. You could actually say, hey, I'm going to spend a shift working with this villager. I'm making stuff up here. Working with this villager to train. Now, that might happen if they have an expert, and I'd say, okay, that makes sense. Or you could say, hey, there's a little field medic guide I got, and with my experience that I gained treating the wound, I want to improve my wound ability, and you could go from a D to a C, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but to give you an idea, it's 5 every time. So to go from a D to a C, it's 5 to get a D. It would take 10 experience to get a C, 15 to move from a C to a B, and 20 to move from a. So, and then there's other things you can do to learn different specialties and stuff. But the basic would be like, let's say next time you decided, Dradus, that you wanted to spend 5 of your driving skill is C. If you saved up enough, you could raise your driving. If you saved up 15, you could raise your driving skill to a B. And you could explain that both with, hey, now you're driving Russian vehicles and you've got experience behind the wheel. So you can upgrade your skills. So that's what we'll be tracking. Now, you don't have to spend these. You can save them up. Don't forget, you don't even need to use these if you're in the middle of the game. And let's say episode, I think of 3, you could have stayed with that villager and learned how to work on vehicles and mechanics and fix stuff. And you could articulate, hey, we spent 3 days there and that guy taught me how to work on some Russian engines. Hey, okay, sounds good to me. So keep that in mind as we go.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
No, sir. And I hope you draw better cards next time. Thank you.
Boom. That's what I say to you. Look at that.
For God's sake, man.
Hold on. What was the next one? Hold on. Boom. Even worse. And if you were in a tight bind, boom. 3 in a row that were bad. I love this new thing, man. I love it. I was reading.
By the way, is your creepy character going to show up soon? Is he on the map somewhere?
You know, currently he's not, but I just finished editing season 1, episode 2, and what's so cool with that? So I'm doing an evil Twilight 2000. He's basically a sociopath, a sadist who's a sociopath, and I didn't know where it was going to go. And I'll admit, over the season, I was in a nice festive mood, and I couldn't even find a time where I wanted to play him because he's dark. That doesn't mean he's killing everybody he runs across. But the first 3 episodes have been filmed. The first one is out. And what was really weird was, he is basically, they're in Nizhno, which is north of Kalish. And he's in a hospital. It was a psychiatric hospital that I found that was in Nizhno, that the Nazis actually, it was the first place where they came into that hospital. It was a mental health hospital, and they liquidated all of the what patients they considered, were mentally deficient patients. It was the first, or one of the first, I don't know for sure, very violent extermination events. Well, when I just wanted to set my crew up somewhere. So I said, well, give me, what's a location in Nizhno? Because I picked the city, and they said, oh, there's this creepy hospital. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, that's where he's at. So currently he's trying to turn that thing into a base, which I did not plan on. I thought he was going to, I had a whole different thing that I thought he was going to do, which he may do later, so I won't spoil it. But using what the Oracle is if you need a binary yes or no, you use the cards. If you need a graded answer, it's the higher the number of the card, the better the thing, or the worse the thing. And then they do a cool thing, which is in these encounter cards, but they show this picture so they don't show color, is that a club. So if you pull a club card, a club is violence. So whatever the act is, it's a violent act. If you pull a heart, whatever the act is, it's a loving or empathic or a helpful thing. Diamonds deals with money. And I can't remember, spades deals with, it's a bad thing, but it has to do with like, I can't remember, spade has to do with like, it's bad, but it's like a selfish bad or something. I can't remember. But the oracle is and where I wanted to start using actual cards so that, because I would hold these cards up and the people are like, well, what is it? I can't even tell if he's telling the truth. Well, when I hold up, boom, you're like, dang it, dang. So versus boom. Yeah, I even did a deal where so let's say Dradus, you opened up your offer and you said, you know what, we want to get through the checkpoint and I want binos and I got a beautiful 14.5 centimeter Russian gun I'll trade. I might say, you know what, not only did you have a great persuasion roll, but the way you talked was so good, we're going to draw 3 cards, and if any one of these 3 cards is red, you're successful, because that was so convincing. And that way you can weight a decision so that you could say, hey, just one of them is going to get you through that deal if you really just come up with something that's impressive. And I was like, I like this. So yeah, we're incorporating that in a little bit. All right, I will let you guys go. Let me go off camera and then we'll make sure we can set up our next time. Thank you to everybody that's watching. Don't forget to go check us out on Patreon at Bonding with Board Games.